Dak Prescott's had 3 seasons, 37, 36, 30 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts never thrown for more than 23.
Can name 8 quarterbacks better than Jalen Hurts.
I can name 9. This is a fun trivia one. I don't know how you're going to go about this, but which university just recently posted their head coaching job opening on LinkedIn? You could apply for it. Welcome to the Dogmondays Show, episode 1. Today we're going to talk about whether or not Lane Kiffin should be coaching in the college football playoff. Is Eli Manning a Hall of Famer? And how many quarterbacks are currently better than Jalen Hurts? A lot going on, Chris. How are we doing on episode 1?
I'm excited. Episode 1, this is awesome. Should be a fun one.
Yeah, hopefully we could create something people actually enjoy, look forward to. That's kind of why I wanted to do this. But a lot going on. First episode, but we got to talk about it. The college football playoff, 12 teams are out. Did the committee get it right?
They got it right, but I just don't understand what the reasoning is behind dropping BYU and keeping Alabama in the same spot.
Well, they didn't drop BYU.
They did. BYU was 11. They were in between Miami and Notre Dame.
Were they?
They were.
They were ahead of Miami going into this week?
They were ahead of Miami going into this week, behind Notre Dame.
Right.
And the committee said the reason why they looked at the head-to-head between Miami and Notre Dame is because now they were directly next to each other, which means they dropped BYU after a bonus game that not every team got to play in.
So you think the committee got it wrong? And BYU should be in?
I think the main headline of Notre Dame or Miami, I think they got that part right, that it should have been Miami. But I just don't understand why BYU is not in.
I agree. I think BYU should be in too. BYU got hosed. They had one loss to Texas Tech the whole year going into the conference championship game.
Yep.
Miami had 2 losses, one to Louisville, one to SMU. It's kind of ridiculous that Miami didn't play in the conference championship game, an ACC conference that's really weak, by the way. And BYU did play in a Big 12 championship game, whose conference is just as good as the ACC. And BYU loses to a top 5 team in the country, the only team they've lost to this entire year, and they're not in. And Miami gets to go in because they're Miami. That's why they're in.
It's crazy. BYU has a stronger strength of schedule, stronger strength of record. They have a better loss than Miami.
They got robbed. They got absolutely robbed.
And nobody's talking about it.
It's unbelievable. Nobody's talking about it.
Nobody's talking about it.
Everybody's pissed. Notre Dame now won't play in the bowl game. Notre Dame should have been 13th or 14th. They shouldn't be in.
I just don't understand, though, what head-to-head didn't matter 5 days ago, but now it matters.
I mean...
So, like, I understand Miami getting in over Notre Dame, but I think BYU should have got in over Miami.
I agree. And maybe even over Alabama.
Possibly. I mean...
A one-loss team going into the conference championship game versus all 2-loss teams that didn't make it. Notre Dame not in a conference, sorry, but Miami didn't make it. BYU 1 loss to Texas Tech, a team that might win it all.
They're in the top 4?
Yeah, and they're out because they lost to that team twice. I get they got handled twice. It is what it is. A lot of their wins were close wins, but winning's winning. You're 11-1. You're in the conference championship game. You're in a Power 4 conference, and you lose the conference championship game. And team that didn't make their conference championship game goes in ahead of you, and they didn't play.
It doesn't make sense. I agree with the precedent of not punishing a team for losing a conference championship game. Alabama got destroyed against Georgia. The game was never close.
Right.
So I agree that they shouldn't have moved. But then why is BYU moving?
Right. I agree with you 100%. It should be Alabama and BYU should be taking up those last 2 spots. And I could even argue that BYU should be 9th and Alabama should be 10th.
I've never compared them directly. But one thing I definitely wanted to talk about is why... Look, I'm for the little guy. Expanding from 4 to 12 teams helped the little guy because they were never getting in. A Boise State-style team was never getting in a 4-team
Even
playoff.
if they went undefeated.
Even if they went undefeated.
Right.
They were never getting in a 4-team playoff. When you expand it to 12, it gives them the opportunity. Boise State last year would have made it regardless of the automatic bid because they had 1 loss, won their conference, and lost by a score to Oregon, who was the number 1 team in the country. That's how you get in as a group of 5 school. Not by playing 1 FBS Power 4 conference team and losing by 2 touchdowns and winning your conference.
Like JMU.
Like JMU. That's not how you get in.
And they're not one of the 12 best teams. Is
It's
it the
crazy.
12 best teams or is it not the 12 best teams?
It's not the 12 best teams.
It's not. I agree. It's just not.
So then stop saying 12 best teams. Now it should look at things like head-to-head and how many losses you have. Because frankly, Texas also kind of got hosed. Because if they played South Carolina School of the Blind instead of Ohio State, they're definitely in.
They're in. And why? So what incentive do these schools have to schedule these tough non-conference games at the beginning of the year now? Just play nobody, be Notre Dame, and then just don't lose a game and you're going to get in.
The system is odd. Based on how the system is designed, I agree with Miami getting in over Notre Dame, but I just think there should be more uproar
BYU
of
got
BYU,
BYU
not
got
getting
hosed. And nobody's talking about it because everybody thinks, well, if Miami played BYU, who do you think would win? Well, this week I thought Ohio State was going to beat Indiana, so you don't know until you play. The games on the field have to matter. BYU only lost once to Texas Tech. They should be in. They shouldn't get penalized for losing to them again in the conference championship.
I agree.
The next biggest controversy around this college football playoff is obviously Lane Kiffin. They put Ole Miss at 6. They didn't move them based on their head coach. They could have moved in to 7. Do you agree with that? And do you think Lane should be allowed to coach in the college football playoff?
I mean, they didn't move him, which is odd because it literally says if a player or coach is missing, and there's precedent with Florida State as well. When they lost their quarterback, they moved them out of the playoffs. They had dropped them down a spot.
Right.
And Ole Miss lost the heart of their team, their head coach, and they didn't get moved. Now, they should have made the playoffs, definitely. 6 or 7, that doesn't really matter.
I mean, that's huge that they didn't move, though, because now that they're 6, they play Tulane. Whereas if they were 7...
They beat by 30 points, by the way.
Yeah, and if they were 7, they would play Miami. Yeah. So that's a big difference, 6 and 7 there.
It's a huge difference. But no, I don't think he should coach.
You don't think he should be allowed?
If the players want him, yes, but I don't think the players do.
But if the players do want him, you think the AD should have let him?
Should have let him, yes, but I don't think the players do. And I understand the AD for also not letting him. Because in every job in America, if you leave to go to a direct competitor, they walk you out the door with security.
So if you were the AD and the players wanted him to coach, would you let him coach at Ole Miss or would you say take a walk?
I would let him coach, and they're letting the OC coach.
Which is wild.
Which makes me think that the players didn't want Lane coaching. The fact that the OC is coaching.
I don't get how the OC could coach, but Lane can't coach. I don't get how the Tulane coach who's going to Florida could coach, or the JMU coach who's going to UCLA can coach. It's not like LSU's in the playoff, okay? They're not going to play LSU head to head. He is the reason that Ole Miss is there. He is the reason. He built that program. They are terrible historically. This is their best year ever, and they have a chance to win it all. And now they don't have their head coach. Because the way the calendar's set up, you rob these kids of the best chance to win because he had to make a decision before December 1st, early signing day. I don't get the calendar. I don't get why he's not coaching. And I don't get why all these other schools have coaches that are leaving but are still coaching.
I mean, I feel for the players. I understand why, like, a JMU's letting their coach, even though he's going to UCLA, or Sermal's going to Florida, but he's coaching Tulane, because they're not directly competing. They're not recruiting the same players. So I get that. Ole Miss and LSU literally go after the same talent. So
You're just penalizing the guy for starting at a better school.
I'm just, it's wild. I just feel bad for the players. Like, imagine with Lane Kiffin in June, July, we're family. We're going to win it all. This is great.
Come to Ole Miss.
I'm committed.
Come to Ole Miss.
I'm committed. Come to Ole Miss. I found myself. I'm a new person. And then you're just going to leave right in front of the play. Like, ethically, I don't think it's right. Do I blame the guy if he's going after money or a better setup for his family?
He said it wasn't about the money. He said he doesn't even know his contract,
money, so I guess
which
it's
is
better for his family. I have no idea. But they could win a national championship with Ole Miss. So I don't even think it's that.
I don't know what it is. Maybe LSU is just an all-time better opportunity, but I mean, you're robbing those players of the best chance to win it all in their best year in school history, and that just doesn't feel right to me.
Their better years ever since Mr. Eli Manning was the quarterback.
That's right. He was the only winning quarterback since Dart. It seems like that was going there.
Crazy. But Eli Manning, Right now, he's on the ballot for the Hall of Fame. The second year on the ballot. Do you think he should be a Hall of Famer?
I personally do think he should be a Hall of Famer. I think it's close. I understand the argument. He was never elite, but he had two magical runs. Two runs that made him Super Bowl MVP, beating Tom Brady, the greatest of all time. And I think those have to matter. There's really only a handful of quarterbacks that have won multiple Super Bowls. Eli's one of them. Eli's 11th in passing yards. Eli's 11th in passing touchdowns. I think he's 14th in wins. People say that he doesn't have a winning record. He's got the same record as Matthew Stafford, who pretty much a lot of experts believe he's going to get in. So to me, 2 Super Bowls, longevity, availability, it's close, but I'm putting Eli in.
So I think he will eventually get in, but in my book, he's not a Hall of Famer.
Really?
And it's because it's the Hall of Fame, not the Hall of Very Good. Never once watching Eli Manning did I ever think he was a top 5 quarterback in the league ever.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be aesthetically pleasing.
And it's not even just my eyes telling me. He has no MVP votes. He'd be the first quarterback ever to make the NFL Hall of Fame
without any
MVP votes.
That's wild.
He also has 0 All-Pros. First team or second team. He only has 4 Pro Bowlers.
4 Pro Bowls, 2
out of
Super Bowl
16
MVPs.
Years. So it's really, the Super Bowls are the only, that's the thin line that's keeping him in the conversation.
Right.
1 Super Bowl, definitely not in. But 2
2
Super
is
Bowls,
so much more than 1.
It's double.
It's so
double.
much more.
But it makes the conversation interesting. I personally never thought he was a great quarterback in any given year, which is why I will not put him in. Because I think individual accolades have to matter when you're talking about the Hall of Fame, because that's an individual award making the Hall of Fame, not a team award.
I will say I looked at some of these other names. I mean, Drew Brees, Larry Fitz, Frank Gore, Torrey Holt, Luke Kuechly, Phillip Rivers. I mean, Terrell Suggs, Vinatieri, Hines Ward, Reggie Wayne. The list goes on in this class, and I have trouble finding a spot for Eli. But just the 2 Super Bowls. That's like, how many guys won 2 Super Bowls?
Jim Plunkett, and he's not in.
Yeah, well, he was playing in the 60s, 70s,
80s.
Was it the 80s?
81 and 84, I think he won.
He won those 2 Super Bowls, and
1
he's
MVP,
not in.
and he's not in.
1 MVP. Eli's got double that.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see if he gets in. Another guy that might be in one day is Coach Mike Tomlin.
Definitely in one day.
Of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big win against the Ravens. Does that change your opinion on whether or not Mike Tomlin should be coaching the Steelers in 2026?
Mike Tomlin's one of the greatest coaches of all time. I'm not denying that. I think
agree.
He's phenomenal. But he hasn't had a playoff win in like a decade. Bill Belichick got fired after 2 or 3 bad seasons. Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl, was fired 2 years later. Andy Reid was fired from the Eagles. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time.
Well, that's my example. Sometimes it could be beneficial to both sides.
And I just think it's time to move on, because their offense, it's been the same problem every year. Their offense looks horrible. Doesn't matter what quarterback comes in. Their offense looks anemic. They can't run the football. So I think he's got to go. Now, my opinion possibly changes if they win a playoff game. Right. I think that could change my opinion.
Yeah.
But I just don't see this value in going 9-8, missing the playoffs, going 10-7, making the playoffs, but losing by 14.
Kind of reminds you of the Yankees, huh?
They make the playoffs and they don't really do much.
no, but they win series.
Please,
though.
Let's not get into this now.
Okay, all right.
The Yankees sore subject.
Let me give you my Mike
Tomlin
take. Let me give you my Mike Tomlin take. 2 things could be true. Mike Tomlin's time at Pittsburgh it might be time to part ways. He might be a really good hire for somebody else, maybe the Giants.
Oh,
so I think both parties could benefit from a divorce here. I agree with you. They did win today against the Ravens. They might win the division. If they go into the playoffs and they make it to the Super Bowl, obviously I'm going to walk back this statement. But if they get into the playoffs, they win the AFC North, and then they lose in the first round, I think it's gotta be time.
With a home game, and they lose it would be a home game. It would be, because if they win the division,
right,
it'd be a home game. And if they lose, he's gone.
He's got to be gone. And it's just like the Steelers value stability, but at some point it's time to move on. You mentioned Andy Reid. When they moved on from Andy Reid, guess what happened? They got Doug Peterson, and then they won the Super Bowl. And guess what Andy Reid did? He went to the Chiefs. He won Super Bowls. It could be beneficial to both parties. Maybe they get a young offensive guy to come in there. They get a young quarterback. They got some pieces on defense. I think the Steelers aren't as far as they think, but I don't think they're going to get over that line with Mike Tomlin. So I agree with you, Mike Tomlin, 2026, time to go.
I think we agree there.
All right. Let's do it yourself.
Oof.
So a lot of podcasts I've seen them doing, could the average person gain 1 yard in the NFL?
Yep.
I saw the Kelseys do it. But this is a little bit different. If you had 50 attempts at running the ball, what would your net total be? So if you gained 8 yards on one, that would give you a little bit of breathing room to lose yards.
Yeah.
50 attempts, would you have a positive or negative net total? Let's just say it's an average defense and an average offensive line.
I think it'll be negative.
You think it would be negative?
And let me give you my reasoning.
Okay.
So if I have 10 positive attempts,
right,
where I gain yardage, and I'm going to give myself a generous 3 yards per each positive attempt.
Okay.
One might be 1 yard. Maybe I break one for 7.
Right. So average
out 3 over 10 positive attempts, which I think is fair. 10 positive attempts.
I think that's
30
fair.
yards. That means in 40 other attempts, I have to be better than negative 30. And James Cook goes into a line and gets -4 every now and then. So I might get -6 on like 4 or 5 rushes.
Right.
I'm already at -30.
right.
I might get stuffed at the line.
You don't think you're going to gain like 10 or 12 yards one play? Maybe you could give yourself some breathing room. So if you lose 2 yards, lose 2 yards, lose 2 yards, you got a little bit of cushion there?
I don't. Just because when a hole opens in the NFL, you got to get that to that hole so quick.
You do.
And I won't get there that quick.
But your line might be good some plays.
I know, but you still got to see it too. You got to see, have the vision, see the hole, get to the hole.
Right.
I don't think I'm athletically built for that. I do think over 50 attempts, I can maybe break out a couple if I have a really good hole.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 yard runs.
Yeah. No
Maybe
injuries. Injuries are off.
Injuries are off. Maybe a couple where I get 1 yard, I lean forward.
Right.
But if that happens 10 to 15 times and I average 3 or 4.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gaining yards. I just think
I'm going to have negative.
There's going to be so many plays where you're going to get tackled in the backfield. And even if they get one arm on you, you're going to be losing 4 yards almost every time. You would need like a 15-yard run to have a net positive over 50.
To have a chance.
Yeah. Maybe you do get who knows? Maybe your offensive line blocks really well one of these. But I'm also going negative net total on 50 rushing attempts in the NFL. I think it would be close, though.
I think it would be negative.
Well,
so speaking of rushing, we got a little bit of a running quarterback here. Jalen Hurts.
Your boy, Jalen Hurts.
I think he's good. I think he's a good quarterback. Not many people think that. However,
less and less every day.
I think one quarterback is better than Jalen Hurts.
I think 3 quarterbacks. I can name 3 quarterbacks better than Jalen Hurts.
Okay. I can name 4 quarterbacks better than Jalen Hurts.
I can name 6 quarterbacks better than Jalen Hurts.
I can name 8 quarterbacks better than Jalen Hurts.
I can name 9.
I mean,
Easy 9.
No, I wanted to go back to 7, but no, you can't.
I can't name 9 better than Jalen Hurts.
I don't think you can.
All right. Ready? Patrick Mahomes better than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's better.
Of course.
Lamar Jackson's better.
Of course.
Josh Allen's better.
Yep.
The big 4 are all
Big
better.
4.
Okay. Justin Herbert's better. They're going to play tonight. Going to give me Herbert or no?
I think the game's got to matter in the biggest spots. Justin Herbert does not perform, and Jalen Hurts does. So
really?
I'm going to say no. I'm not going to give you that, but keep going.
Matthew Stafford.
Yes.
Drake May.
I think Drake May will have a better career than Jalen Hurts, so I will say yes.
Okay.
And I'm a Patriots fan.
Jordan Love. Ooh, you're not going to give me Jordan Love
over
Jalen Hurts.
I'll tell you if I'm generous. What are we at?
What are we at? 6? Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, that's tough. I don't go to the next one.
Well, you didn't give me Herbert, right?
No.
So I'm still at 6. All right. How about Dak Prescott?
No.
You're not going to give me Dak Prescott?
No.
Over Jalen Hurts?
Nope.
How is Jalen Hurts better than Dak Prescott?
Again, in the biggest spots he produces, and Dak Prescott.
You just argued Eli's not a Hall of Famer.
And I'm not arguing Jalen Hurts is going to the Hall of Fame.
But you're judging him based on the big moments.
I am.
If you judge Eli that way, he's a Hall of Famer.
I'm not putting Jalen Hurts in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but if you're going to give him props for winning these games, if you're going to give him props for winning the biggest games in the biggest moments.
And he also produces a lot of offensive touchdowns, and he doesn't turn the ball over either.
Jalen Hurts has never thrown for over 3,300 yards. Dak Prescott's thrown for over 4,000 yards multiple times.
What's important? How many touchdowns you have?
Right.
Okay. Jalen Hurts, before tonight's game, has played one less game this year than Dak Prescott. Has 27 rushing and passing touchdowns. Dak has 28.
Okay.
And has half the amount of turnovers. Now, I do think Dak is more aesthetically pleasing as a quarterback.
He's a better thrower. And he could throw the ball.
It doesn't matter. I care about touchdowns, and I care about turnovers.
Touchdowns?
Yeah.
My running back could rush in touchdowns. I need a quarterback that could throw it over the middle on 3rd and 8. Jalen Hurts can't do that. Dak Prescott could get you 3rd and 10 if you need it when everyone knows you're going to throw.
When
Dak Prescott's had 3 seasons, 37, 36, 30 touchdowns. Jalen Hurts never thrown for more than 23.
This year, they're borderline. So I have to look at last year and what happened last year.
Jalen Hurts went on a 10-game streak where they couldn't score points. If
Jalen
Hurts loses in the first round,
he won the Super Bowl MVP and was the Super Bowl champion.
Oh my
So
goodness.
when two players are relatively
even, Super Bowls matter or they not matter?
They do
For
matter.
Eli, they don't matter.
I'm not putting Jalen Hurts in the Hall of Fame though. That's where the difference is.
But you're still giving him props for the Super Bowls the way you didn't give it to Eli.
I did give Eli the props. I just didn't put him in the Hall of Fame. I'm not putting Jalen Hurts in the Hall of Fame.
So how many?
Maybe that conversation will start in 5 or 6 years. By the way, Jalen Hurts was actually second in an MVP race where Eli Manning doesn't have anything. So
Jalen Hurts wasn't even a Pro Bowler last year.
So what?
So how many years are we going to go back since Jalen Hurts had a better year than Dak Prescott?
I think this year Dak is having a better year.
Significantly, not even close.
But if you look at the biggest moments,
career rating 98.5 for Dak Prescott, 95 for Jalen Hurts, who never turns the ball over.
Cool.
Dak Prescott's had 37 touchdowns, 36 touchdowns, 30 touchdowns.
How many playoff wins?
Is Nick Foles better than Jalen Hurts? How many playoff wins does he have?
He's not. Exactly.
Yeah, he probably has more than Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts has at least 7 in 2 seasons because he won 3 and then 4.
Did Nick Folk make the Super Bowl more than once?
Nick Foles?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it was just once.
Oh, well.
Okay, you're at 6.
6? You're subtracting players. Baker Mayfield's better.
I'll just give it to you.
Really? You're just going Goff is better.
No.
Oh my goodness. Jaden Daniels is better.
Talent-wise, possibly.
So how many have you given me?
I told you. I only think 8 are better.
Jalen Hurts cannot throw. If you need 3rd and 8, he's not getting you that first down. You don't think he's a
top 10 quarterback?
No, he's not a top 10 quarterback. He's the reason their offense is struggling. Dak Prescott's better in every single aspect other than rushing touchdowns.
Less turnovers and the same amount of touchdowns. Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott.
The same amount of rushing and passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott has 10 more passing touchdowns.
Doesn't matter. Running for a touchdown doesn't matter in the NFL?
It doesn't. My running back could run for touchdowns in the NFL.
Well, Jalen Hurts does it too.
Jalen Hurts can't throw. He's a quarterback.
When 2 players are relatively close, I look at rings.
They're not relatively close. That's the problem.
No, they are.
Jalen Hurts can't throw. He's never thrown more than 23 touchdowns in a season, and you have him as a top 10 quarterback.
Yeah, he's top 10.
How?
I actually have him as top 9.
He'd be a top 9 running back.
Top 9 running back. That's wild.
So you didn't give me 20. All right, let's do 20 words or less. I got 8 words for you. 8 answers. I'm going to give you 20 words to get all 8 answers. I'm going to give you clues each time.
I'm so bad at this.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Indiana coach.
Kurt Cignetti.
Okay. Lane left.
Ole Miss.
Nice. Okay.
Good stuff.
Helmet penalty.
Targeting. Roughing the passer.
Front.
Crowning. Targeting? It's not targeting?
No.
Helmet penalty concussion.
So I gave you helmet penalty in front, and you haven't gotten it yet. Helmet penalty front. And
Illegal contact? Illegal hit?
And grab.
Oh, face mask.
Nice.
Let's
go.
go.
Okay. I think that's 8 words. 7 points.
Touchdown.
Okay. Timberwolves guard.
Edwards.
Okay. I think I got 8 words left. Easy shot.
Layup.
Nice. Okay. Cal position.
Cal.
Position.
Position? Quarterback?
Raleigh.
Talk about baseball. Catcher.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, I think I got 3 words left for this last one. Announcer.
Joe Buck.
NBC.
NBC announcer.
That's one word. I'm counting NBC as one
that's
word.
Sunday Night Football. So that's Chris Collinsworth.
Nice.
Let's go.
All right. I think you got it in 19 words if I
right.
counted right.
I think Cal Raleigh was a fake though, because you said his last name.
What do you mean?
If you said,
It was catcher.
oh, it was catcher.
Yeah.
Oh, I got catcher.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I got it. I got it. I got one for you. It's a bracket. Which college is quarterback you?
Okay.
BYU or NC State?
Oof. Give me NC State.
Stanford or Texas Tech?
Stanford. Give me luck all day.
Miami or Washington?
Give me Miami.
Maryland or
Little Testaverde action.
Maryland or Michigan?
Michigan, the GOAT went there.
Nice. Next round, Oklahoma or NC State?
Gotta go Oklahoma. 2 number 1 picks back to back.
Alabama or Stanford?
I feel like give me Alabama, Namath, but I feel like they've had a lot of buzz.
All right, Purdue or Miami?
Purdue, Drew Brees all day.
USC or Michigan?
The GOAT against some more depth. I'm gonna go USC.
All right. Final 4, Oklahoma or Alabama?
That's a tough one. Are they playing each other? Oklahoma.
They are playing each other. Purdue or USC?
Give me USC non-biasly.
All right. Which college is quarterback you? Oklahoma or USC?
I gotta go Oklahoma. 2 Heismans in a row, number 1 overall picks. That's tough to do.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. That's very impressive.
All right. Tonight's game, we got Chargers. We got Eagles at Chargers. Looks like the line came back down to Chargers plus 1.5. I guess Herbert's going to play.
Yep.
Do you have a pick for the audience on Monday Night Football?
I do. I think with a little bit extra rest, I think that the Eagles minus 1.5 is the play. I mean, Justin Herbert literally broke his hand 7 days ago.
It's so wild that he's playing.
Kudos for him. He's a tough guy.
Honestly,
the fact that he's playing, but
most guys would never have played.
Most players, almost every player is saying no to that.
Yeah.
At least taking one game off. So good for him.
It's like
the Eagles
it's like
minus
the
1.5
Rodgers.
to play.
Is it different than the Rodgers injury? It's a hand injury, right?
Yeah, slightly different.
Yeah.
But Eagles minus 1.5 to play. I think they're going to control the game, running the football, and I just don't think Justin Herbert's going to be able to light it up passing the football. So I think it's going to be a pretty close game, but the Eagles are going to win by 3 to 6 points.
Okay. I don't know who's going to win the game. I don't know how healthy Justin Herbert's going to look. But I do know that the Eagles are going to try and control the clock because that's the way that they play.
Yep.
They're going to try and establish the run. And for me, that means Jalen Hurts under 187.5 passing yards. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. The over-under is pretty low, 41.5. And he just can't throw the ball. He really just can't. I know that you like him. I know that you think he's a top 10 quarterback. I definitely don't think that. I think he's going to have trouble. I mean, the Chargers defense, it's okay. It's not great, but I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. Maybe the Eagles do win, but he's not going to light it up passing under 187.5 passing yards. That's my play.
That is not a lot of passing yards. That's a crazy over-under.
Why? Yeah. Why does Vegas not think Hurts could throw if he's such a good quarterback, Chris?
He's gonna rush for a couple of touchdowns.
He
That's
mu-
why.
That's fine. That's fine. If he does that, we're still all gonna win.
We're all gonna win if he does that.
Yeah, we will.
That's funny. Well, a lot of us know us for our trivia.
Let's wrap it up with trivia, and then
I got some pretty sweet questions for you.
all right, let's go. Let's see what you got.
This is the first one. Speaking of Hall of Fame, which colleges have produced the most pro football Hall of Famers? Top 7 answers. I'm going to give you 1 minute and start now.
Okay. The most Hall of Famers have been from USC.
Yes, tied for 1.
Really?
Yep.
Notre Dame?
Then they're tied for 1 as well.
Okay. And I have 6 more or 5 more?
5 more.
Okay. How about Oklahoma?
Oklahoma's not on here.
Texas?
Not Texas.
How about Michigan?
Michigan is tied for 3.
Florida?
Nope.
Ohio State?
Also tied for 3 with 11.
Okay. UCLA?
You're missing 3 ACC
Miami?
schools. Miami.
Clemson?
Not Clemson.
There's an ACC school ahead of Clemson. Florida State?
Nope.
NC State?
No.
North Carolina? Syracuse?
Syracuse.
What? Syracuse? And Maryland?
Give me a last guess.
West Virginia?
Pitt.
Pitt?
Pitt has some elite players.
Really?
Yeah.
What are they, 7th?
They are 6th with 10.
10. 10 Hall of Famers. That
10
doesn't
Hall of
seem like a
Famers.
lot to me. That's 6 all time?
6 all time.
Wow. All right. All right, I got a good one for you. This is a fun trivia one. I don't know how you're going to go about this, but which university just recently posted their head coaching job opening on LinkedIn? You could apply for it. 1 minute. Go.
I will apply for it. It's got to be a coach who left. So Tulane.
Not Tulane.
Okay.
Kind of a similar school
JMU?
to Tulane. Not JMU.
All right. North Texas.
Not North Texas. This school is around that size, though, I would say.
Okay. Are they pretty good? Charlotte?
I don't know. I know that their logo is breathing fire.
What?
Yeah.
Breathing fire. Memphis?
You could actually be the next head coach of this team, Chris.
Should I apply?
You should apply, yeah.
Oh, that would be a bad football team if I was the head coach of it. Memphis.
Not Memphis. We're running out of time here.
UCLA.
Not
No,
UCLA.
they just got someone. Oklahoma State just got someone.
No. Last guess?
Western Michigan. Toledo.
If you want to be a head coach in college football, go apply to UAB on
Blazers?
LinkedIn. The Blazers.
Oh my gosh. That would be a bad football team if I coached them.
Yeah.
I got another one. Sticking with college, too.
All right.
Which college football teams play their home games in an NFL stadium?
Okay. Do I have a minute?
Yeah, there's 5 of them. 1 minute. Start now.
Okay. Indiana? No.
Not Indiana.
Who plays in an NFL? Not Boise. Are they power conferences?
A couple of them are.
Pitt.
Pitt does. Nice.
Okay. Who else does? Baylor? No.
Nope. Missing some Florida schools.
Not Florida. Not Florida State.
No.
UCF? USF?
USF. Nice. They play at the Buck Stadium.
Do they? Who else plays? Not LSU. Not Alabama.
You're running out of time. You still need 3 more.
I have no idea which colleges play in pro stadiums.
Recently located NFL team.
Recently located.
Like
Vegas? Oh, UNLV?
UNLV. Nice.
They play at the Raiders Stadium?
Any other guesses?
Nah, just give me the other 2.
Miami.
Okay.
They play at the Dolphin Stadium. And Temple plays at the Link.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
Miami plays at the Dolphins. Miami Hurricanes don't have their own stadium?
Nope. Isn't that wild? They play at the Hard Rock.
Really? I would think Miami is such a...
You would think.
Yeah.
They're in the playoffs.
All right, I got a different type of one for you. It's which quarterbacks would you like to grab a beer with? And I got the top 7 answers. 1 minute, go.
would I like to have a beer with?
Yep, I got top 7 answers.
Josh Allen.
He's number 1.
Yeah, he'd be a good one to have a beer with.
He's number 1.
Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford is number 5.
Baker Mayfield has to be on that list.
Baker Mayfield, number 2.
Okay. Joe Burrow would be kind of cool.
Joe Burrow, he's number 3. You got 1, 2.
I don't know if Mahomes would be cool to have a beer with. It's not Mahomes, right?
Not Mahomes.
Yeah. Lamar might be sneaky. Like, I can ask him about all of his MVPs. Lamar Jackson.
Lamar. Good.
Nice.
You only need 2 more.
Need 2 more. Jared Goff. I feel like he could put down some beers.
Knock off. One guy that's definitely better than Jalen Hurts, though.
No.
No,
Drake May might be a little bit too young.
Give me a last guess.
Brock Purdy.
How about Kirk Cousins?
Oh, yeah.
And Dak Prescott was also on here.
Yeah, no, I mean...
You wouldn't like to have a beer with Dak and
would.
tell him how much better Jalen Hurts is than
I
him?
would love to have a beer with Dak Prescott.
All right. What, do you got one more for me?
I do. Which 4 NFL teams had a winless season in the Super Bowl era? 1 minute start now.
Winless Browns.
Yep. In 2017.
Not the Dolphins.
Nope.
Not the Jets. They almost did. Vikings.
Not the
Were
Vikings.
they bad?
3 more you need. You're missing an obvious one.
I said the Browns. Panthers.
Nope.
Titans.
Nope.
An obvious one. I only remember the Browns in our lifetime going, Raiders?
No, what about 2008?
2008.
The quarterback's an ESPN commentator.
Oh, Lions.
Lions.
Obviously Lions.
And then 2 more.
70s
and 80s. This team started like 0-30.
Saints.
No.
Patriots.
Close with the Saints.
Close with the Saints. Buccaneers.
Bucks. You're missing a team from the 80s.
Cardinals?
No, their season was cut in half because of a strike. And they do have a tie.
I have no idea.
Last guess?
Steelers?
No. It's the Colts. 1982 Colts.
Okay.
0-8. 0-8-1.
Oh, so it was like half of a year.
Yeah. Because of the strike.
Last trivia question. This was actually on the app. It's the app's question for today, I believe. And it's which 4 NFL teams have a human face in their primary logo? 1 minute. Go.
A human face? Oh, it's got to be the Patriots.
That's 1.
Human face. Bears?
3 more. No.
That's an animal.
They got a bear.
What? Oh, the Bill. Vikings.
Vikings is 2.
Yep. A human face. Damn, this is tough.
Yeah, running out of time here. 2 more.
Rams? Is it like a sneaky face in there? Falcons?
No. These are animals.
Yeah. That's true.
Running out of time.
Human face.
Got any
What
guess?
about like a dead person, like the Bucks?
The
It's a
Bucks
skeleton.
count.
Okay,
One
counts.
more. I'll give you a few seconds.
I don't think I got it.
Last guess?
The Chiefs?
No. Time. Raiders?
Oh my gosh, they have an eye patch.
You didn't say them, right? You said
No.
Vikings, Pats, Bucks.
Damn, how did I forget the Raiders? It's a clock, man.
Yeah, the clock.
gets you.
People don't realize the clock. Like your brain goes blank when the clock is
I
running,
know.
and everybody just thinks it's so easy. But if you think it's so easy, go play that question on the app. See if you could get all 4 teams in a minute, or you could get some of the other questions. Wow, pretty good first episode.
That was
going
awesome.
on.
A lot going on. A lot of college football happening. A lot of arguments.
Yeah. Well, we truly appreciate you guys hopping on, talking some sports with us. The goal of this, hopefully we could create something that you guys all enjoy. Episode 1, easy in the books. And if you like us, do us a favor, like it, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you so much, guys.
See ya.
Appreciate it.